I thought he was fine. You know, I mean, he's such a good skater and such a big, strong guy. I mean, we're not asking him to go out and score 4 goals. So, you know, if he plays the physical game and kills penalties the way he can, then he's done a really good job.
Bruce, when you're out there in the morning, what are you looking at as your guys are skating around in the morning skate? Or what are you kind of?
Well, more just looking at the intensity, looking at see if it's sloppy, and if it is, then I would pull them in. You know, it's like the teacher and the supply teacher. Sometimes when you're not out there, they relax a little bit, and especially at this time of the year, I think it's important to have a good morning skate, and you know, to make sure you're ready for the game tonight.
Has there ever been a situation where the morning skate is not what you wanted and then it turned out to be?
Yeah, and then, I mean, in my history, if a lot of times if you don't have one, whether I played or whether I coached, and you don't have a good morning skate when you're out there, it sort of just goes into the afternoon, and then it goes into the evening, and a lot of times you play like you practice in the morning. So, and as a player, I always wanted to go out there and feel really good about myself after the skate, whether it was a stick and you were shooting good and then you get a chance to go home and rest, and you can't wait to get back to the game. And I just thought it was good psychological stuff.
What was most impressive about Jonas in Game 1 that you saw? What was about his game?
Well, you could tell he didn't have any lapses as far as you know, thought process. Like, he was always into it. You know, every save he was following the puck. There wasn't that, maybe sometimes, as you've seen over the year, that soft goal, and he could play great for 58 minutes. So I didn't see that. So, I mean, didn't see it in Vancouver when he played there, and that was a big telling point to me that he was really gearing up for the playoffs.
Bruce, when you look at there's been a pretty big contrast between the games in the West and the games in the East as far as goal scoring. And so far in the playoffs, I know it's early, but your first game as a Western Conference playoff coach, is there any adjustment you have to make as far as style goes?
No, because I think you get the adjustment just being in the West all year. They play the same way. I mean, it's everything's more ramped up and everything, but I mean, there's still the hitting, there's still the really solid defensive play, there's still the size, you know, I mean, you have to do that. I mean, in the East, it looks more wide open. I mean, I'm saying that now, and I thought, you know, it was pretty tight checking most of the time that I was there. Not from my teams, but from the other teams. And but that's like the disparity. I mean, 5-1 and 5 now, 4-1 and 5-0, and then every game is almost into overtime or an empty net goal in the West so far.
So in general terms, learning what you've learned about the West, did you approach Game 1 any differently?
No, we approached it. I wanted to keep within our routine and not do anything outlandish, you know. So we just approached it the same way. I mean, we probably watched more video than normal, and we probably scrutinized little things that I wouldn't normally scrutinize during the course of the year, and we matched lines a lot more than we did during the course of the year. But other than that, it was just, you grow up, it's the NHL playoffs, it's the chance to play for the cup. I mean, everything is so magnified. It's you can't help but doing everything you can to be perfect.
What kind of
guys are talking about Getzy and his progression as a leader this year? Can you talk about just his maturity and how far he's come in the captain's role since he's been here?
Well, I don't know how or if he was immature 3, 4, or 5 years ago. I do know he's a great captain. He knows when to talk during the game. He knows how to address his teammates, and they listen. He knows when he has to come in and talk to me about certain things, and he has the respect of not only everybody on the team, but I think everybody on the league for his toughness as far as playing through injuries and doing what he has to do. So if he was immature a few years ago, it's nothing I saw. Ever since I got here, I thought he was a tremendous captain.